Hi, Kerry. How are you?
Good. Brought you a hot dog. Hope everybody had breakfast of champions today. Vienna beef hot dogs in the morning. That is, you cannot beat that. Hall of Famer blues there. All these things you're going to experience when you come to Chicago Fest and a ton more. So it's, thank you for allowing us to be here, be part of this. Sally was gracious enough to become our benefactor. In fact, the proceeds from Chicago Fest are going to go to the chamber to help you build a stronger chamber. And we hope for years to come, we're going to be doing this with you because everyone that we know, that we talk to, seems to have some kind of a Chicago connection. I don't know, how many people are here from Chicago? Oh yeah, perfect, yes. So every time we kept meeting people, we start saying, the Bears. All right, Marky. Former middle linebacker. Pop Warner Bears, so that was...
Does this look hot? Because if it doesn't, it is. Well, that's awesome. Kerry, I need for you to maybe pick up your energy level a little bit.
Yeah, I will. I'll try to
Evidently, these are full of caffeine.
Yeah, it's Friday hot dog day, you know, with Vienna.
That's awesome, and I know you've got this for me to...
Yeah.
You want to talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, bring it out.
All right, what do we got here? Mike Ditka is here today. That's why I'm putting on the Bears jacket. What's going on here?
Mike is coming to Chicago Fest. We're going to see him Saturday. He's bringing his restaurant all weekend to Chicago Fest. Through our friends at Vienna Beef, he's going to be introducing his new Ditka dog. So everybody's going to be able to taste for the first time in Arizona Mike Ditka's Ditka dog. He's going to be there signing autographs. Well, maybe that's not the way to say that.
Say that 3 times fast.
Or even once again, don't let me. But we have a stellar lineup of things that's going on in Chicago Fest.
Well, now, okay. Now, obviously, all of us here know all about Chicago Fest, but for the good folks at home on Channel 11, where is Chicago Fest? When is it? How do they get there?
It's going to be Friday, March 14th, Saturday the 15th, Sunday the 16th at Mesa Riverview, right adjacent from the Cubs' new stadium. We are putting up a Taste of Vienna food court with everybody Chicago's favorites, Italian beef, Italian sausage, hot dogs, of course, Mike Ditka. We have Hans Olsen on our blues stage, Hall of Famer. We have many more great jazz and blues artists, because that's kind of the legacy of Chicago, so we're kind of bringing their music here. And then on Friday, after the Cubs game, we have Kenny Cetera, who's the lead singer of Chicago. He's bringing the Chicago experience for a concert there. So we've got lots of really cool things happening. We've got an exhibit, the History of Chicago exhibit, so people can find out a little bit about Chicago. One of my favorite things of the festival is something called the Chicago Neighborhood Meetup. We put this gigantic map up of Chicago and all the suburbs. And we just ask people simply to put a pin in where they're from. I'm from a little town called Chicago Heights. There's about 12 people living in debt at this little town. It's nice suburb. So our first Chicago Fest, I stuck my pin in, like thinking I'd be the only person there. When I came back on Sunday, there were 7 pins in there, just in Chicago Heights. So it's really fun for people to see where they're from. They meet their neighbors there, and we get an idea of just how many people from Chicago are actually now living in the Valley. We started this many years ago, and now we finally have a home in Mesa. Thanks to Sally, thanks to our friends at Mesa Riverview, we're going to produce Chicago Fest every year during spring training, during March, to benefit the chamber, and more importantly, to engage all of the customers that are here to see the games, but don't really have much to do in the evening. So we want to bring them back to Mesa. We want them to spend money in all the businesses. And in fact, we started a new program with the Visit Mesa folks. Anybody that's staying this next weekend in a Mesa hotel gets tickets to the show. We've distributed almost 2,000 tickets already. So that program of economic development, tourism strategy is really starting to work. And hopefully, when you checked in today, you got your tickets to Chicago Fest, because everybody in this room, every member of Sally's Chamber gets 2 tickets as part of our deal to come to Chicago Fest and experience it. So if you have any time on the 14th, 15th, and 16th, come on down. We've got a polka stage. We've got a jazz and blues stage. We've got Kenny Cetera from Chicago. We have the Vienna Beef Italian food court, which is going to have phenomenal food. And then you're going to get a chance to meet Mike Ditka. So I think we've got lots of really cool things going on. And then on the 16th, which is the day before St. Patrick's Day, we're kind of flipped it a little bit. We're going to do corned beef and cabbage. We got a band from Ireland coming in, and just a lot of fun stuff just to celebrate an early kickoff for St. Patrick's Day. But more importantly, we're trying to create this tradition of giving people that are coming here for spring training an opportunity to explore and visit Mesa further. To keep them here at night, get them to spend money. And our friends from the Mesa Historical Museum are going to put up their Cactus League experience, their spring training museum there. So we have lots of really fun things to do, and we hope everybody gets a chance to come out and sample it. And we are going to grow this event with Sally's help and all of your help into a real significant economic development and tourism event for the city of Mesa.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, there you go. That's a really cool idea with the pins and the map of where they're from and so think about how many more people would do that if they weren't in the witness relocation program down here.
Yeah, well, they're welcome.
Well, maybe we should edit that out before we show that. No, that's an awesome idea. Any idea how many people from Chicago live in the Valley?
Well, we got some statistics early on, and basically, after California and Texas, Illinois is the #3 net in-migration to Phoenix, to the metro area. And I suspect everybody in this room knows somebody that knows somebody from Chicago. You can't hardly throw a stone and hit anybody that's not from Chicago or has ties from Chicago. So at one point, there was a number, I'm not sure what it is, but you know, I just know there's so many people that I talk to that have come from there. And then plus the fact that we have all these winter visitors here who are getting out of that terrible cold weather in Chicago. And you know, I think this will be another opportunity to give them something to do and visit Mesa. Because we're going to attract people from all over the valley to this event. I mean, people who like Mike Ditka, if they live in other areas, are going to come to Mesa and spend money, which is part of our strategy, is to bring more people here.
That's awesome. Well, we'll hear more about the economic impact of that later on with Bill. But, well, Kerry, thank you so much. Chicago Fest sounds like a blast. It's going to get bigger and better every year, and I'm glad you're on board with us this year.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you all so much. I really hope you can come out and experience it and help us grow it. And at the end of the day, our goal is to create something that we're all proud of and an annual funding source for the Mesa Chamber. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Kerry. Thanks for coming in.